Hello, my name is Carx82 and welcome back. Factory playthrough. Last episode we set up the lunar mining station, but we are not on the moon, so it does not work. I totally, for some reason, I don't know what I was thinking, but I was just thinking like it said required biome lunar. I was like, oh, that'll just be like an item you put in the machine or you click something. I don't know why I was thinking, but right when I finished setting it up, it just kind of like clicked all of a sudden. I'm like, of course, I probably need to be on the moon for the lunar mining station to actually work. So I am at that kind of point. I'm like, should we do this? Do we want to? Is that something we want to spend time and effort into? Getting set up. I would like to get this running. I mean, we built it. I would like to see it running. And with dimensional transceivers, it's actually pretty easy. We can send power and items to it, and then we can bring the fluid back. So, I mean, in that regard, it's actually pretty easy if we want to set this up on the moon. But obviously, we have to get to the moon, which I was kind of trying not to do, you know, because we've done that flying to different planets and stuff before. And I was trying to do a little bit different in this mod pack, but I may end up setting that up. The other option would be to do a nickel plasma. I have done that before, and it just has such a... The burn time is like so much higher if we compare oxygen plasma, 204 seconds. Nickel plasma is 5,000. So I mean, it's like much better. But it needs fluorine and potassium, and that is a bit annoying to get. Obviously, it needs a higher tier fusion reactor. I think it's tier. I want to say that's tier 3. I could be wrong though. But yeah, getting massive amounts of fluorine would be a bit difficult, especially when we need to get fluorine for what's Omnium. So yeah, I haven't found a great source of fluorine yet. Is there something that like blue topaz? Do we get that from rockets? Yeah, so we don't get that from rockets. Topaz. Any of these? Yeah, see, we don't. I'm just trying to find like an easy lipidite now. Mica. Hydrofluoric acid, obviously no. Mica like a... No, can't get mica. I don't think you can. Can you even get mica on this modpack? I don't think so. Anyway, so I'm just trying to decide what I want to do with that. But in the meantime, I would like to get this thing at least craft it up. I'm going to leave these here just so we can access them. So we need a UV machine hull. I can't remember if I have... I did do that. I don't have... Man, we don't have a thing for osmium plates. I could have sworn I did. I could have sworn I did a recipe for that earlier. Yeah, maybe I didn't. Alright, so let's get a couple of these things set up. I think we still have room. Yes. I have a couple compressors now. So there is that, and then we need Nicoletta alloy wires. Alright, so I think one little problem is I am full on these things. So I may be able to pull one of these out that we don't use a lot. I don't think we use conductive iron a whole lot. I just need one slot to get... not those, those. Oops, that's not what I wanted to do. There we go. So we'll do that. It's either that or craft up another wire mill for one recipe. I will throw that in there in case you need it. So let me do a more. Need that one and that one. The other option I just remembered for flooring, and I don't know if it would even be viable, is you can get, I just remembered, biotite. You can get biotite from black granite dust. So I don't know. And you get that from granite. So I don't know. We can get granite from. Wait, is that? Yeah, I don't know. Something to think about. I think we can get granite from that, but man, that would be slow. I don't know. Just something to think about. But anyway, let's move on with this machine haul. There we go. All right. I also have seen a few comments, people asking how the heck have I managed to survive with 2 blast furnaces, and I don't, everyone seems to think it's like crazy, but I mean, it's not that slow. And I have them upgraded to LUV. I do run into issues if I'm smelting a lot of stuff. For example, the superconducting coils, if I do like 16 of those, it needs so many lumium. I think it needed 600 something lumium. So trying to run both of these for a very long time, it's going to drain the power. I don't produce enough power. As we can see, it's dropped down. Pull that up. Where did I put that? I put that somewhere, didn't I? I put it over here, didn't I? No, I put it over here. Let's put that back. Yeah, so the only time I've actually really had problem is the superconducting coils, because the draconium that is required takes a very long time to smelt, and the lumium. But for the most part, like, all right, so I'm done smelting and it's going back up, and it'll fill up while I'm doing other stuff. So it's actually running. I am producing enough for, I have 6 numismatic dynamos, and they can produce 25,000 each, so 125,000. I basically produce almost 1 LUV amp. So I can have one of these running almost permanently, and it won't run out. It's when I have 2 running that is an issue. But as we can see, I just crafted up some super end game kind of materials there, and I mean, that took what, 2 minutes? I mean, it's not anywhere near as bad as people seem to make it seem. But like I said, I do have some issues with some very complicated recipes. And then, what tier is that? That is tier 6. I don't remember which. That one. All right, so just craft 2 of those up. Yep, and I basically just keep speeding stuff up whenever I can. One of the slowest parts was not that, that's just obviously gears. That's not an issue because I so rarely have to craft these up. Like, that's pretty slow, but I don't craft gears up very often. One of the slowest parts is the, not those, I can't remember, is it? Doing the circuit boards. But I went ahead and upgraded to an IV, so like even the circuit boards don't even take that long anymore. So yeah, I mean, obviously stuff could be faster if I had tons and tons of stuff in passive crafting, but as we can see, I'm like, this isn't that bad. I am waiting for these though. These take a little longer than I had realized, but like I said, how often are we crafting up tungsten steel? Years, not very often. Also, I do have a lot of passive crafting. It's just not like items. like all my chemistry stuff is all passive kind of crafting. I have a certain amount stored. So I have 64 buckets of epoxy resin in here, 64 buckets of epoxy resin in there, and then that's turned into sheets. So, I mean, if you think about that, how many? 128 buckets, and it's about what, 9, 8? Is it what? That's 9. Let me do some quick math here while we're waiting. It's 144 millibuckets times. It's about 7. 7 per bucket. So we have 128 buckets times 7 plus 64. I have almost 960 epoxy sheets stored. It's just not stored in item form in my A system. And a lot of that stuff is done like that. So, you know, this is producing our rocket fuel that still haven't. This gets weird with the input buses. It won't pull out unless that one's empty, but we've talked about that before. But yeah, that's all passive crafted there, and there's our rocket fuel there. So I have 64 buckets right there. If I need to increase that, we can always upgrade the tiers and get some faster machines and all that stuff. And yeah, whenever I have something, like if I do big crafts and something seems to be taking a long time, I'll just upgrade that part of the chain that takes that long. So I know it's like different than a lot of people do Gregtech, but it just works for me. So yeah, and like a lot of these machines, so like I can just tell LUV machines because I mean that it keeps up with how much we use it. We rarely ever use this, so there's no point in upgrading this stuff. These could be upgraded. They're a bit slow for the vibrant crystals or whatever. But all right, let me get the rest of this stuff crafted up now that I've been talking your ear off. We have a few things I need to craft up. A rotor holder, fluid hatch, and tungsten machine coils. I mean, this will take probably 15 minutes, I would guess. But like I said, it's really not the end of the world. So yeah, and tungsten. I just noticed I am a bit low on tungsten. I need to do this. I need to get this like manually, or I am doing this manually. Like I usually do like 5,000 end stone, and then it'll craft that all up into tungsten. I definitely need to get that like auto crafting when I get low. That is definitely something I need to set up, but I just haven't got around to that. But anyway, let me get this stuff crafted up, and we will come back. And we are back, and just for the record, there is 2 types of casings, not the robust tungsten steel machine casing. You need the tungsten steel turbine casing, which requires magnesium. So I had to set up a whole bunch of recipes, but it's just basically, it's like aluminum, magnesium, and like tungsten steel, basically. I think blue steel, a bit of blue steel. But yeah, I noticed that because I picked up the one that we had in here. I put that in my inventory and I was like, why isn't that working? I realized it's a different item. So yeah, just be careful with that. They look exactly the same. All right, so we got that one. All right, I have set up all the stuff for that. It's going to take a couple minutes. It's basically just a lot of the yttrium, as we can see, 56 of that. So that's just going to take a second to craft that up, and we need the osmium turbine rotor. So we'll do the osmium turbine blade. You need 8 of those, and that gets you 1 rotor with the titanium rod. So I have the titanium rod. I've just done this manually. I haven't set recipes up for this just because I didn't feel like we needed to. I need to change this to 10, and I'll just change it back. I think that's... yeah, 10. Oh, did I Does that require a higher tier? Yep, it does. All right, we'll throw it in like the highest tier we have. Doesn't really matter. Except I left the thing over there. Dang it. All right, so I'm thinking, how do I want to do this? I don't want to waste. I'm pretty sure this power just goes to waste. If like your buffer is full, it's just going to burn the fuel, continue burning it, and it will just, all the power will go to waste. So that is definitely not something I want to do. Now, these turbines also take some time to spin up. I want to say it's like 5 minutes almost. I quickly went on the wiki and I was curious how much it was going to burn, how much fuel it was going to burn, and I noticed the spin up time. I want to say it was 340 seconds. So almost 6 minutes it's going to take to spin up. In that time, it's going to be burning fuel. So yeah, I don't want it to... Basically, I don't want to be turning it on and off is kind of what I'm trying to get at here. Because you still burn fuel and it's not spinning as fast, and unless it's actually like designed to not do that. But I'm pretty sure... Yep, there we go. I'm pretty sure that it will burn fuel. So I kind of had this set over here. I was thinking I would put the turbine here. Because I kind of cleared out an area. I'm gonna just kind of start building, and then as we go, like I said, I do have a plan. Oh, that's like right there. Yeah. That's a bit weird. Anyway, let's just keep going. And I want to say this goes on the side. All right, so I forgot energy hatch, didn't I? I need an energy hatch. Totally forgot to get to the energy hatch, and that will be... Yeah, I don't... Alright. So... That's a ZPM power. I'm assuming if it's over LUV, I would need a ZPM rotor. What to do. I don't want this to blow up, so might as well just craft up that. It's relatively easy. The energy hatches are so easy in this. What is ultimate? That's Nequata. Yeah, easy enough. Right, Iridium does take a hot second to... hot second, it's a hot ingot. It takes a lot of time. Yeah. I think we'll I'm just debating, because if I do this, then I need to... Yeah, this is going to be a bit different, because we're going to be producing Gregtech power. We've been producing RF the entire time, so it's a little bit different in that. So, as we can see, I was running our UBFs there, and they didn't even drop all the way down, so yeah. Still stand by. You don't need tons and tons of power in Gregtech, but anyway, I want to say the this thing goes on this side. I guess fluid input hatch there. We'll put this. I crafted the wrong dang thing. Dang it. All right, well, we're gonna need ZPM input hatches. I need an output hatch. All right, let me craft that up and let me kind of figure out kind of what we're doing here. I'm thinking definitely when we get this, the Draconic Core up, I'm going to want to convert this into RF, is what I'm thinking. So let me quickly craft up a output hatch, and yeah, we'll come back. All right, I think I've decided what I want to do. That I am gonna have to craft up some Enderium wires, and I am gonna craft up the CEU, I think. Now this has 16 slots as opposed to the usual 4, but this is converting the EU to RF, or FE, I guess it is. And I think that'll give us a little bit of a buffer. And I guess we could do... Let's just do some of these for now, and I'll upgrade them later. Unfortunately, the flux capacitors, it just doesn't autocraft. It doesn't recognize these, but for some reason these work. There's something with the signalum that doesn't work. I think, see, it just doesn't recognize that we have a recipe. I don't know why. Sometimes they work, sometimes they don't. I had the same issue on Project Ozone. Let me finally get this recipe. I was putting it off because there is a loot thing, but let me just... I have so much from... I think Galena? Polygalena. This one is... Yeah, that one is the multi-smelter. Alright, let's just do... I'll just do... We don't need to upgrade them. We'll just do that. So that should... I was like, why is that taking so long? Yeah. So if we do... Yeah, see, it doesn't recognize it. I have had it recognize it before, so that's the thing that makes no sense. Alright, I'm just gonna... Let's grab a... We'll grab 4 for now, just because they don't stack. I also need signalum energy conduits, because these transport... I don't need that many. These transport... This is a ZPM amp. 1 amp of ZPM, because it's 1 to 4. Yeah, and that's just a few signalum, so we'll just let that smelt up. But I haven't... Since the... I shouldn't have gone through there, but... the problem with this ratio is that... Actually, I'm getting that faster than... I was down to like... Oh, let's just keep this going. I had this turned off because I was like, oh, we don't need this. We don't need this on. We kind of need... Don't we need like a flux capacitor? I may need to craft up 1 more. We need 1 in there, otherwise something weird gets with that. All right, let me just... I didn't want to use all this helium, is kind of where I was going with that. So I turned that off so it would clear out, but as we can see, we're not getting like a whole heck of a lot of it. So I'll just let that keep running. I do want to get a better source of the helium. Anyway, let's not put that. So what we need to do is throw the output hatch. We'll go on the back. That will go there. We'll go there. That will go there, I think. Yes. All right. I don't think this works on the other side. Actually, why don't we just try that really quick? Just so I know for future, I don't think it works on this side. I could be wrong, though. Nope. I guessed correctly. So it does have to be to the right of the rotor. But as we can see, when it forms, this becomes a big giant thing. And then we just have to put the rotor in and we'll see it pop up. And that's cool, it actually shows the color of it. Now these do, if I try to right click on this when it's spinning, I will take damage and probably die. So that's kind of a cool thing. I always thought it was a bit weird that actually didn't happen in that didn't happen in Gregtech New Horizons. Or like, I still feel like if you walk up to here, you should take damage too, if you're that close to a spinning turbine. I'm just trying to think how I want to do this. Now this is going to output 1 amp of ZPM. So why don't I just do... You know what, I don't even need to. I can just have it automatically input to this. Let me double check how this... I'm assuming this is the output for... I'm assuming that's the output for the RF. So if I just did this directly into it like that, I'm assuming RF will come out that side. Now put those in there and that will increase. Ah, yeah, it stores the EU. All right, so that's different. I'm pretty sure these store RF, don't they? Yeah, these store RF. It shows RF. Interesting. So it stores it as EU, which is actually kind of cool because, well, these will fill up quite fast. All right, I need to hook this up. So eventually, I'm planning on having like a big long line. One fusion reactor can supply a whole lot of these. But we need to get the fuel, you know, set up. Let me get this hooked up to that, and then let me grab some power, and I think I'm just gonna connect it to there, maybe? And maybe that. Yeah, I just gotta kind of sort out how I want to do this. I'll be right back. All right, we are back, and I've got a little bit sorted out, I think. I've gone ahead and connected that with Signalum into the vibrant capacitor bank, and also that. I just realized I was going to do that a little differently, wasn't I? I guess we could... do both, I think. We'll do that, I think. Like I said, this is definitely going to be redesigned, because, I mean, 3 power tiers of conduits, this is crazy. But I need to get it sorted out. Next thing we need to get this running here. Just double check they have enough power, so we should... Actually, let's... Until this... I don't know how fast this is going to go either. So I need to get... that. Now I just manually crafted up a whole bunch. Yeah, but this is what... Oh, I guess I could throw some acceleration cards in there. Because I didn't want it to turn on and then run out and then immediately turn off again, so... Let's just really quick craft those up. I should have a few of these. They're not. It only takes a couple seconds. It's fast. I was thinking like I should have crafted like 20 up, but Yeah, I manually craft up, I think, 1,000 carbon. Do that. All right, so that will fill that up. And this should... Yeah, I don't think it's going to go faster than that, but let's start this up. All right, it is running. It doesn't light up like the other one does. Oh god. I feel like that's going to run out of power. No, I think it's getting enough power, wasn't it? I was just worried when I saw it going down. Although I just... Yeah, it needs to refill up. Did we need another one in there? Well, I can throw a backup in there just in case there is one in there that's not getting used. So it's draining power. That's what it's doing. That's right. Of course, it's draining the power. All right, let's just turn it back on. There we go. All right, so the power is going up. That's what... And that is too. Right? Yeah, we're good. All right, so that is producing from the helium. That is producing the thing. But see, it goes through it so fast. So obviously 4 little centrifuges is never going to be enough for that. But anyway, we should be getting oxygen plasma. All right, so we are getting that. So next part, we need to do this and just do a... That's not what I wanted to do. Yeah, we'll go up and around. Even go. That is not what I was thinking. I was thinking this was an item conduit for some reason. Let's just keep them separate. I just don't need anything. Yeah. Well, it's going in there, but I want a internal buffer. All right, so extract. I think if I start pumping this stuff in, I think it'll actually start. But I have no clue how fast this is going to go. And see, it's tearing through this stuff. All right, well, let's see. Let's turn it on and see how fast this goes through this fluid, because I actually don't know. It's been a while since I have done that. All right, so that'll pull that all out, throw it in there, and then it's... Fuel amount, empty. All right, that's a bit worrisome. Maybe it needs a certain amount. I don't like that. Let's we'll pull this out. Put it back in. All right, I don't like that. That's for sure. Because I mean, we have oxygen plasma in there. Try this. All right, well, that's a thing. I remember this being kind of funny last time I did this. So let me do a cut and see if I can sort this out. All right, a quick Google, and someone else had this issue, and apparently it has something to do with this torch sitting here. So it's not doing a check. Let's break this. Yep, there we go. All right, so as we can see, it's going to speed up and it's going to slowly produce power. And once it gets up to 6900, it's going to produce the full amount. But it does take a while to get up to there. So let's take a look at how fast this is consuming. All right, well, that's not consuming anything. I do remember this being very kind of weird. The very first time. I tried these Gregtech Community Edition. Because it's not doing anything. And I think what it's doing, I think what it does is, this is totally me guessing. I think it takes 204 seconds. It'll check every 204 seconds. And then it'll be like, I think. But I mean, I don't know. I could be completely wrong, but we're still getting power from that. And see, it's not outputting power either, which is the funny thing. So I think after that 200 and whatever seconds that it needs to burn this, it'll do another tick or whatever, and then it'll start outputting at that speed. So if it did it like right now, it would start producing this, and then it would wait another 200 seconds, and then it would do whatever it's at. I think. I think. But I'm not sure, because I remember these being a bit funny, but yeah, I'm still producing that. So, all right, at least we got the turbine going. I'm gonna let this run for a little bit, and then we'll come back next episode and see if we can figure out how this is working. I do have a rather large buffer here. We have what, 644 million EU. So we can let this run, and then I will just, for now, keep an eye on this. Eventually this is going to be pumped into a draconic energy core, but yeah, I think for now we'll just leave it. Now, I probably will take damage if I right click on this, but maybe we should do that to end the episode. So let's see. I almost died. Down to 1 heart. If it's up to, the faster it is, the more damage you take. So 3000 RPM. We take 9 hearts damage. But anyway, that's gonna be for this episode. So thanks for watching, and have a good one.